And good evening, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us. When a parent or guardian drops their child off at daycare, they expect every worker has already gone through the required background check. But News 4's fact finder Ben Briscoe uncovered a legal loophole, meaning that's not necessarily so. And you'll only see those safety concerns right here on News 4.
Who's really taking care of your kids? Background checks are supposed to weed out murderers, sexual predators, druggies, thieves, and even child abusers. But the fact finder team uncovered any of those people could work in a daycare for up to 72 hours without someone knowing.
Oh my.
What do you think about that?
I think it's terrible.
Great-grandmother of 4-year-old Ava, Sarah Lawrence,
My sweetie.
was shocked to learn that state law NRS 432A only says the checks have to be complete within 3 days after someone's hired.
If they don't check their background, how are they going to know who they are? And then we have to trust our children to them.
State leaders like the Director of Healthcare Quality and Compliance, Wendy Simmons, say they know about the issue, and there is a slight possibility of something bad happening because of it.
There's always potential. We would like to believe everybody's honest, but people looking for work might not disclose that they have something in their background.
The director adds the 3-day time frame came about in 2008 when the checks were controlled by another state department. She's not sure that waiting period has a purpose anymore, but it is shorter than some other fields like residential care facilities, where workers have 10 days to get checks done.
Not a huge issue. It's always a concern, Ben. We always want to be sure that we have the proper safety mechanisms in place for the kids.
News 4 conducted a nationwide search to see how other laws piece together. 40 states require a quicker time frame than Nevada, and 37 of them won't let a worker be unsupervised with kids at all. Some states like North Carolina have even had changes in their code, so potential employees can't even apply for a job until they're cleared criminally. Government workers there say that's a big benefit in protecting children.
The positive being employees that we hired are already cleared through the state even prior to the interview process.
It's hard to tell exactly how important that process is because Washoe County doesn't keep exact numbers of people who fail their background checks. Child Care Services estimates they receive 2 to 3 notifications of a failure every month. But the Sheriff's Office adds it could be higher because it's also common to see someone decide not to complete the fingerprinting when they realize they have to pay for it and probably wouldn't pass anyway. There are some daycares like Noah's Ark in Reno who feel background checks are so important they won't hire someone without it, despite the state law loophole.
I don't want to bring that person in here and have them work for a period of time, have the children kind of get used to them, and also I don't want to leave myself liable in case there's something in that person's background.
But for places which don't take that extra step, parents just have to hope nothing fishy's going on in the 3 days after a new caregiver is hired. And while the state law has the clear loophole, the Department of Healthcare Quality and Compliance says one thing that might make parents feel just a little better is this paper which all new employees have to sign on day one, swearing they'll be able to pass a background check. Of course, without an independent review from law enforcement, you just have to take those job applicants for their word. Live in the studio, Ben Briscoe, News 4.
All right, thanks, Ben. News 4's fact finder team discovered there was an attempt to fix this problem with a bill in the U.S. Senate in 2011 that was supposed to make daycares across the nation receiving any federal funding do all the background checks before someone is hired and working with children. However, Senate Bill 581 never came for a vote on the floor. News 4 reached out to Majority Leader Harry Reid's office for comment about why he never called for that vote, but they just emailed back saying, unfortunately, we will not be able to do this interview. Thanks. If there are any other stories that you'd like the Fact Finder team to look into, please send us an email to factfinder@mynews4.com.